Okay, in this video I'd just like to go over some basics concerning the sun. Okay, so with the sun, whenever you look at the sun, the layer that you're actually looking at is the one called the photosphere. All right, that's the visible surface, and the temperature on that surface is about 5,800 degrees. All right, although that might sound like a very, very high temperature, it's actually one of the cooler layers of the sun. All right, if you were to go into the middle of the sun, the temperatures there are going to be millions of degrees. All right, if you look at the surface of the photosphere, you'd occasionally notice these small dots on it, the small darker areas called sunspots. All right, you can kind of think of sunspots as little freckles on the surface of the sun. All right, they are cooler, darker spots, all right, that form on the photosphere when some of the that are caused when some of the convection, which is the hot gases rising, slows down. All right, and this is caused by magnetic fields that exist within the sun. All right, so one thing I want to point out is that they mention that they're dark spots. All right, they're just darker than the rest of the sun around them. All right, if you were to take a sunspot away from the rest of the sun, it would still be a lot brighter than any other object in the sky. All right, so just remember that since they're a little bit cooler than the rest of the surface, they appear a little bit darker. All right. One other feature that you should know about is solar flares, and these are eruptions of particles and radiation from the surface. All right, you can often see these on the surface of the sun. You can see little bits like right here and right here. Those would be solar flares, and these may erupt, sending streams of electrically charged particles into the solar system. So, what is the sun made of? It's made of mostly hydrogen and helium. Actually, what the sun is a big factory where it turns all that hydrogen into helium. All right, that process is called nuclear fusion. All right, and in this process, hydrogen atoms combine to form helium, and when this happens, energy is released. All right, and the energy is released is the energy that gets converted to light and eventually makes it to the surface of the earth. All right. This is just a little overview showing the process of fusion. All right. So one thing that's important to remember, this process occurs only in the very center of the sun. All right. So it releases a tremendous amount of energy when these hydrogen atoms get combined together to make helium atoms. And that energy eventually makes it to the surface of the sun and then radiates out and eventually makes it to Earth. All right, so that's it for this video.